Turn my fucking headphones up. Hey yo, nurse, bring the patient in. Strap him down. Yo. Inject the shovel to the tip of his cerebellum. 70 cc's of digi should brain excel him. Nurse, increase the IV.
But doc, that may kill him.
Don't worry, we got technology. We can rebuild them. Strength of the ox, slickness of the fox. Electrical brain waves being charged by the dreadlocks. Audio dynamic vocal box out of the black opal. Won't be a beat that my son couldn't flow to. Core Prince 4 to inject De La Soul Food.
Doc, his heart is beating too fast.
Nurse, I told you, decrease the brain battery. More gamma to the chest cavity. Put the DNA code of every pharaoh in his anatomy. Heart of the conquerors, fighting force of Joe Blanca. In the scope won't be the same, we just created a monster.
A mysterious man with a mysterious past, who came back from the dead to kick some serious ass. I clearly surpassed. Blast, blocks, raps, whatever. RZA put my DNA blocks back together and constructed something impenetrable by heaters, made from the world's great ancient leaders. Resurrector, I wanna thank you for giving me a second chance at life. You've uprisen me to separate the wise art from the wizardry and take revenge on those who imprisoned me. In the east, the location was well hidden. My corpse was torn, rotted, bullet ridden. There's still an aftertaste from the poison I was given.
Last Emperor.
Yes, master, what is thy bidding?
Go barbarian like thunder, wrap these niggas up like Mum Ra. Off of good tar samples of Prince Paul mixed with Sun Ra. Scatter to the four corners, make these bitch rappers mourners. Let them know, son, the time of God is upon us. And if they try to front a challenge, storm walk down.
I snatch the mic with my talents, prepared to meet this challenge. Break the sacred seal and release these ancient talents. I ride the track and leave MCs fully damaged, like Hannibal on the back of a black woolly mammoth. I was banished, they panicked at the words that I said. I split backs with the raw axe of Eric the Red, until I get tax exemption, redemption for poor people. The last emperor, but I'm not Hirohito, more like Mansa Musa. You don't get the chance to use a primitive weapon on this microphone stand abuser. Should you choose to whip out the banger, this archaic warrior responds with anger. I stop fighter planes before they even leave their hangars, and I'm sick enough to pull a con job like Genghis. I weave tales of war, legend and folklore. Things will never be as they were once before. Witness the second coming of the last emperor. For now and forever, cursed to walk the earth once more. Once more, once more, once more, once more, once more. What if I had the power to gather all of my favorite MCs with the illest comic book characters and they became arch enemies? Inconceivable, unbelievable, yet as wild as it seems. The Emperor and Stan Lee would coach the two opposing teams. Keep it clean, no bats, no gats, guns, or interference. Comic book characters would go head up with raw lyrics. Now I take whoever might be on break from doing tours and have them sign up for the last Emperor's Secret War. Sure, for that kind of capacity we need a crazy large arena that might stretch from West Philadelphia to East Medina. If I'm able, I'll put it on pay-per-view through my label and give free tickets to my neighborhood bums with no cable. Yeah, that sounds fat. Now that we squared away the propositions, let's begin with the ultimate tough man competition. Set it off, it's the fight of the century. KRS and Professor X battle each other mentally with rhymes. These two team captains waste no time. Charles Xavier tries to invade Chris Parker's mind. He shot a cerebral probe at Chris's mind, but he missed it. Professor X taken out by the Blastmaster's metaphysics. Round 2, new fight, word to life, you gotta see this. Locked in Mortal Kombat is Doctor Strange and the Genius. Yo son, he's no match, let that graphic wizard having my liquid sword slashes straight through Dr. Strange's magic. Another hero down, and now the score is 2-0 by words from the genius, and he's still my rhyming hero. Now the next fight was conducted in a rough-like manner, specifically between Reggie Noble and Dr. David Banner, or should I say the Incredible Hulk when he's amped off in Gamma. But Reggie Noble soon became Redman and he slammed him. You know how Redman gets when his adrenaline starts pumping. Started skitzing in the ring, so then the Thing tried to jump in. Ben Grimm leaps into the ring, and after Redman he lunges, but Reggie Noble dropped him with 2 bricks and he punches. Rhymes by the bunches, bums get dirty in the Middle Eastern dungeons, ready to set this like Columbo with his hunches. Now while the refs clean out the ring cause the last fight was so intense, let's do a live interview with a brother named Common Sense. Yeah, it's Common Sense. A nice man tried to freeze me, so I took him to Chicago and told him to take it easy. He couldn't see me with my Applejack hat and high tops, Colossus and Cyclops, no idea why not. Good looking Common Sense, yo, that last album was tight. Let me get back to the ring and evaluate the next fight. Now the next fight had to be the craziest of all times. We got Dr. Octopus
versus the mighty Buster Rap.
Doc Ock versus Buster? Man, that stuff is dead. He'll get his 8 arms ripped off going up against the Dread.
Now Dr. Octopus, who you think you grabbing? The guard can never lose, so you know it will never happen. Lyrically making me sleepy, you'll need a nap when I slap you with my dreads. Lights out, you'll kiss the
Before
canvas.
my eyes, I see the demise of another superhero. Next up is Rawkus versus Magneto. Now anything goes when Magneto battles foes, but Rawkus had him shivering, delivering ultramagnetic blows. The hero's now deceased, and a wise man once said it best: the sun rises in the east, but they can still set it in the west. With all these heroes down, Stanley refuses to surrender. Got stormed from the X-Men like I can't match the gender. Stan shouts, and you Stan, you best to chill, no match for Storm. I guess he's never heard of Lauryn Hill, who was fresh home from tour, a bit too tired to spar, so she hit her in the head with Wyclef's guitar. All silence and ceased, out of nowhere comes the beast versus J. Rue, the damager, the prophet from the east. Release rhymes that will pound you into the ground. There'll be no round 2, another victory by the dirty, rotten scoundrel. The underground sewer system deep below the ring is where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and DOS do their thing. Leonardo and Donatello, they well know that we can do this.
So kick it, crazy, crazy, had them both with raw.
Now Michelangelo and Raphael, those 2 other sewer brothers, book smacked with the DOS Effects logo, the manhole cover. Whether you're plant or animal, vegetable or miggity mineral, before you step to DOS, you best be hard like a criminal. Late entry into the competition just when you thought it was over. The last battle was brought forth by G.I. Joe and Cobra. Mercenaries and soldiers, G.I. Joe was rolling thick, but I'll get the military of hip-hop, aka the boot camp clique. World War III for 99 in line of all these troops. I can see General Buckshot toe-to-toe with Duke. Salute the captain for rapping, cause now we know who's hard. Catching wreck like stealing tech up against the Crimson Guard. Charging after you, smashing you, metaphorically bashing through the entire Joe team is OGC and roughly irrational. Then all of a sudden I hear this real loud crack.
The military punish the big rock, it's real black.
With damage done to his team, refusing to leave the scene. Next up, Weapon X from Canada, Wolverine. You know the routine, his claws can rip rappers for days.
Oh, but here comes a Method Man, aka Johnny Blaze.
Wolverine, you can't hang. Winter Cow does his thing. Paralyze you with the venom from the Method Man's fangs. With power, the final hour, and the stratosphere gets darker. Nasir Jones versus Peter Parker, the halftime head ringer versus the web slinger. Illmatic versus radioactive in the rotten apple where the dead linger. Cursed the day that Spider ever bit him, and gave him a copy of the second LP it was written. These are my secret wars, not yours. Ask the Beyonder. My prelude like Honda produced bodies like Rwanda. To all up and coming MCs, I got a question. If I made a Secret Wars 2, would your name even be mentioned? Would you make the final cut? I make the nicest give their titles up. Writing rhymes, fighting crimes like the Blue Falcon and Dino Mutt. Just stick around for the next battle / adventure. But if you see Stan Lee, tell him the Emperor sent ya.